On today's episode, we will feature Isabella's painting by Ellen Butler. We will then highlight another book club, Mystery Lovers in Newton, Kansas. Welcome.
Hello, and welcome to Bookends number 9. Can you believe we've done 9 of these? I'm your host, Ann Dark.
Tracy Stormy.
Kathy Knight.
And we're all here together today. We are going to feature Ellen Butler is a best-selling novelist, writing award-winning suspense, mystery, and sassy romance. Ellen holds a master's degree in public administration and policy, and her history includes a long list of writing for dry but illuminating professional newsletters and windy papers on public policy. She's a member of International Thriller Writers, Sisters in Crime, and the OSS Society. She lives in the Virginia suburbs of Washington, D.C. with her husband and 2 children.
Welcome, Ellen.
Thank you for having me.
We wanted to let you know we thoroughly enjoyed Isabella's painting. We found it a very good book.
It was very refreshing to have a mystery that didn't revolve around a murder.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I break the rules. I've talked with other authors, mystery writers, and authors at conferences, and I say sometimes I break the rules because I'm not actually killing anybody off. My next one, somebody will die, but yeah, the one after that actually will not be a murder mystery. More kind of a suspense adventure mystery rather than a thriller murder mystery type of thing.
What drew you to the Isabella Stewart Gardner theft?
Well, years ago, I watched a portion of a documentary on it. I was scrolling through channels. I think it might have been on the History Channel or something again. And I thought, oh, that was interesting. And I did a little bit of research at that time. I was like, oh, this is very interesting. I didn't know about this. I hadn't heard about it in 1990. I wasn't living in Boston. I was a high school student, so it didn't affect me. And then it was really strange. I was at a Wendy's, and they had a television on. And again, a little clip of a story about the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum came on. And that was just a few years before I decided to write this story. Maybe 2 years. I was in the midst of writing my historical fiction. And I thought, gosh, I should write a story around Gardner heist. And just like that little kernel started and spurred the idea for a book, which has since spurred the idea for an entire series around Karina Cardinal's character.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just these documentaries and then doing research. And I'm a bit of a research junkie, not just for my books, but when I hear things on the news or I read articles or talk to people about something particular, I'm all over Google, finding articles on it, finding information about it. So it's kind of how the whole story began, with just watching a documentary and thinking, man, I want to write a story around this heist and what would happen if they found it.
Oh, very interesting. I liked how it all came about. It was very clever.
I kind of formed it after speaking with some FBI friends, actually.
Oh, really?
Oh, interesting. Do you think the robbery will ever be solved? And who would you think is responsible?
Well, in a certain manner, I think it has been solved. The FBI believes that they've identified the 2 thieves, though they're both dead. That was kind of the truth. That was the truth in my story. Art recovery specialists will say that stolen art, if it isn't found immediately, it will sometimes take a full generation before it's recovered. Like children or grandchildren might come upon a stolen art and report it.
There was something in the paper the other day. A couple died and had a stolen painting in their bedroom.
Right.
Nobody knows where it came from.
Mm-hmm. Right. So if it's in mafia hands and being passed around as cash or used as a commodity, it may never be found because then it'll be passed down through generations of mafia. So I don't believe it was burned. You also can't completely count it out because sometimes that's what they do to get rid of the evidence. The 2 men identified as the thieves may have panicked and done just that, and what an awful tragedy that would be.
Absolutely.
But I really don't believe it. I believe that it's still out there, especially after having spoken with some my FBI contacts. One was in the art crimes division and went undercover to try to recover some of the pieces. And the sting fell apart. But I asked him, I said, Robert, do you feel that you were on to it? Do you really think the guys had it? And he said, oh, yes, I believe they absolutely had it. Yeah, there were things that they knew about it that unless maybe it's in your hands, you don't really know about it.
Very interesting. Yeah. What drew you to writing mysteries in general?
Well, I write in a couple of different genres. I also have romance, but there's a lot of suspense in my romance. I have romantic suspense stories. And I have a historical fiction that's about a World War II spy behind enemy lines. I've always incorporated kind of suspense, mystery, excitement, action, adventure, that type of thing in my stories. So rolling over into kind of the mystery suspense genre was just simply, I think, moving away from my romance lines and things like that, and following more on what I enjoy doing, which is writing that suspense and creating these kind of thought-provoking mysteries, as my mom calls them, that make you think and make you wonder. And I really kind of hope that with Isabella's painting, people think and wonder and maybe look into it more, and who knows, maybe someone will stumble across in great Aunt Aga's back room or something. That looks a lot like the painting on the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum,
well, maybe
website.
It'll make people check their attics.
Exactly. You never know.
I looked more into it after I read it. I knew about the heist, but I didn't know all the details. I looked it up, and it was very interesting.
Yeah, and there's a ton of, the Boston Globe was all over it, so there's a ton of information out there through articles, through art crime specialists that did interviews and search of it. So there was just a lot of information out there.
Yeah.
And pulling on all these threads and strings, in the end, there's an afterword, and I explain where my string came from and why I went down the path that I did as to who had the paintings and why. I don't know that I believe that that's actually where it is now, but it seemed to work for my story, basically.
Hi, Ellen. This is Kathleen. I am joining in on the interview unexpectedly.
Hi.
I recently heard about a podcast specifically about the heist called Empty Frames. Have you heard of that? Or it just seems like all of a sudden there's interest and it's trending all of a sudden.
I don't know that it's all of a sudden, because even when I was doing research, there was a lot of trending and information. And when I reached out to the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum to try and talk with the security specialist there, I think they're constantly following up. I think they're constantly looking into it. And I think the FBI is still out there, especially, I think it's constantly trending too, because if they still have it up there, there's a $10 million reward for this stuff.
Yes, their website has a tip place where you can send them.
Yeah, it just seems maybe because we read the book, now it's more on our minds that we seem to notice more of the information out there. I don't know.
Yeah, because I did continue, as I was writing, I would continue, and every so often another article would pop up somewhere, either the Boston Globe or somewhere else in the country. An article would pop up, and I'd say, I haven't read this little story yet. There are so many theories, and all these different articles have all these different theories as to where it went, who stole it, why it was stolen. So I think it is fascinating once you start digging into it. And I'm glad to hear that you ladies are doing exactly that, because that's what I wanted to provoke, was this interest in the art itself, and because that's the real story. My story's fiction, obviously, but based on what really happened, and that's kind of what I like to do. What I'm doing with my mysteries and what I like to do with my suspense is to often base it on something real that has happened, but create this fictional story behind it, kind of like Titanic. There was that wonderful fictional story based on something that really happened in real life.
Yes, definitely.
Ellen, do you have any rituals that you do when you sit down to write?
Talk to so many people about it, because so many people do have rituals, like exactly what you're talking about. Generally, when I sit down to write, I'll often check my email, I check my social media, and then I just hunker in to start writing. Before I sit down, I would say I've thought about what I'm going to write first, like when I'm in the shower, when I wake up, while I'm getting the kids to school. I'm rolling around my head what's going to be happening in the chapters that I plan to write for that day. So when I sit down, I kind of get into, I'll often read the couple of pages before that I ended with, and then get into where I'm going in order to get to the next scene or tell the next part of the story or, whatever I'm working on for that day. I'd love to say that I'm one of those people that sits down and writes every day, but I have kids, I shuttle them around.
Oh, I understand.
I need blocks of time for me to really write well. So I need at least like a 3-hour block of time. If I'm shuttling kids somewhere or if other life things are happening, then oftentimes with that 3-hour block, maybe I'll just do marketing or catch up on emails and that sort of thing instead of, so I'm writing, but I'm not specifically writing for the book. Or maybe I might do some research for the book or outline the next chapter or something like that, but I may not specifically writing. So unlike some people, I imagine that'll change once my kids grow up, will become empty nesters. I don't know, we'll see. I write whenever I can, and when I have writer's block, and I'll admit I do have writer's block on occasion, then I actually stay away from my computer. Some people say they just start writing anything. I don't. My house becomes very clean, like all vacuum and I don't know.
You work
that
through
cleaning, yeah, like that cleaning gets my subconscious working and the little brain starts spinning up ideas because I'm always knowing, I know that I need to get my character from this point A to point B over here, but what's B and C in between? How am I going to get her from there to there? Or if I put her in a position and I'm trying to figure out how to get her out of a corner maybe I backed her into or something like that, or a plot twist that I'm trying to wrinkle that I've got in my head.
How many books do you see in your series with Karina?
Okay, so Karina right now I have 4 slated. I do see the possibility of carrying on with her character beyond that. I think I have Isabella's painting, Fatal Legislation. Actually, you're hearing it for the first time. Is going to come out.
Can you say that again?
Fatal Legislation, which is the next one, it's coming out in December of 2018. So just a few months, the next one's coming out.
Scoop.
Yeah, very good.
The third one I'm planning to have come out next year. I don't know the month yet. I don't have the exact date, but that's going to come out in 2019. There might be a little bit of a break between 3 and 4 because I'm looking at writing a sequel to my historical fiction, the World War II spy novel. I'm looking at writing her a sequel and then going on to the 4th Karina Cardinal novel.
What is your spy novel called?
That one's called The Brass Compass, and it's about a female OSS agent behind enemy lines, and her cover gets blown, and she has to go on the run behind enemy lines in Nazi Germany, and she has to.
Do you write those under Ellen Butler?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'll look for that because I love a good spy mystery.
Yeah, she's pretty exciting.
No, I'll have to check that out. Now, if you could be any literary character for a day, who would you be and why?
Well, I would love to be one of the characters from Harry Potter because then I could wave my magic wand and the dishes would be done, the laundry would be done, or I could whip up a mailbox just by waving my magic wand. Oh, who wouldn't want to do that? Oh my goodness, living in the Harry Potter world, my goodness.
She sounds like a mom.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great.
Who wouldn't want to be?
That's true.
That's true. To have magic powers. Oh.
And then your car, you just flick, 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 and you didn't need a car. You forget, because I live in the DC area, and the traffic is a nightmare. Flick, 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 and I was in some location. Just be like apparating where I want to go.
We're very familiar with DC traffic. We used to live down near there, and being in Maryland, we have bad traffic here. So.
Yeah.
We're in the Baltimore corridor, so.
So you know.
Yeah. No, we know all too well.
If they ever get all these roads finished, I'll be amazed.
They'll start new ones.
Right. So wouldn't you just love to flick your magic wand or step into your fireplace and
teleport
yourself?
Yes, definitely.
Yep. Well, we know about your upcoming books. What about any events or anything else you would like to share with our listeners?
In October, I'll be attending a conference called Creatures, Crimes, and Creativity in Columbia, Maryland. I'll be a panelist there and probably a moderator for one of the panels, and then there's a signing at the end of the day on Friday and Saturday that I'll be a part of as well.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
We'll have to check that out. Is it open to the public?
Yes, it's for readers and authors. It's a kind of a reader-author get-together, and there are a ton of wonderful panels. They haven't announced the panels yet, but you could probably see last year's panels to get an idea. And I think the coordinator told me there are like somewhere
Wow.
Yeah,
We're just getting into
find
going
something
to
that you wanna
things like
see.
this.
Do you know what the dates are of that? We'll look it up. But
That's October 5th through the 7th.
okay.
It's called Creatures, Crimes, and Creativity.
All right. We'll